Horses on the Hill is an equine-assisted learning facility. We also offer equine-assisted psychotherapy alongside some of our counselors on staff.
We really work with folks in our particular neighborhood, the urban core, that have trauma, which is about 95% of our folks that we work with, mainly kids, women, men coming out of either prison, sex trafficking, addiction, a lot of our kids coming out of homes that are involved with that. And last year alone, we had 3,000 people on site.
Most of the time, our clients are working to build life skills around a certain difficulty that they're having in their life, whether it's like they're struggling to find confidence, which means they're being impacted or bullied at school, or they're not able to complete assignments because of ADHD. So we're building skills depending on what that individual client wants to work on.
I was introduced to BLOC Ministries and Horses on the Hill through a mutual board member, and came out here, was totally blown away. And then looking at their building, solar just jumped out like, man, it's perfectly south facing, it's at a good angle and all these things. The zoo's huge solar project that we did in our other carport recently, we secured quite a few extra panels for that project. And we wanted to make sure that we were able to take those extra panels and support organizations that are serving the underserved. And that's what Horses on the Hill does. That's what BLOC Ministries does. For us, when we talk about our community solar efforts and making sure that we're doing things that we're good at, like solar, not just inside our fence, but outside of our fence. So our community resiliency solar project, this is almost a poster child for that.
The zoos and SonLight Power have been instrumental in really putting this together.
Mark connected Horses on the Hill with SonLight Power, so we started developing a solution, a design for a solar power system that would fit the barn and help reduce the utility costs here. There's so many great organizations coming together for this project. In addition to the zoo, we approached a couple foundations for funding for this project. One of them was the Johnson Charitable Gift Fund. The other was from the city of Cincinnati. They run a grant program called the Seeds of Change, part of the Green Cincinnati plan. So we were one of the inaugural winners of that grant funding. Well, what I love about what SonLight Power can do is that we come across all these great stories and we get to work alongside some really great partners like Horses on the Hill, BLOC Ministries. I know that this will help reduce their utility burden and help them focus more resources on impact rather than paying off a utility bill.
Running an equine barn is not cheap, and so finding ways to be able to cut costs in other areas in order to pour it into other parts of our ministry is absolutely vital.
So everything we would spend normally on utilities obviously goes right back into either horse care or paying for students to be here. People are hurting, they need help, that's what we're here for. We feel like the church should step into the line of fire and really be there in the crisis, and that's what BLOC does by living right in the middle of that issue of trauma, which is everywhere, so that we can step into it and say, hey, we're here to help, here to get you over that, move you on into better things for your life, and this is why we do that.